Hey gamers, Gecko here. If you remember about a year ago, Arc System Works did something pretty unexpected. They hosted their own press release game show. We just called it a direct at this point. They hosted their own direct, in which they talked about things that were happening at Arc System Works that they didn't have any other place to really talk about. And if you remember correctly, people weren't exactly happy with it. This was during the time when people were waiting for absolutely massive announcements from Arc's fighting games, and the entire presentation had nothing to do with fighting games. Everything that Arc has talked about was from different parts of the company, all of which were working on different types of games. Since then, a lot of those games have actually released, with the headlining game Demon and Baby coming out and doing okay, honestly. We were too mean to Demon and Baby. I can't like that game. It's alright. It's not that bad. But almost an entire year later, Arc System Works are doing it again. The next Arc System Works showcase, simply titled the ArcSys Showcase 2026, is going to be happening on June 25th at 6 a.m. Japan time. That's around 9 p.m. for us Brits, and it's whatever time it would be for you Yanks. Again, they've kept everything vague. One of the big criticizing points that people had last year was that we all went in expecting Arc System Works, a fighting game company, to talk about fighting games, and they didn't. This year, there has been no real clarification of what might be in the show. They've simply given us a time and a link to their YouTube channel saying, please look forward to it. And while it may be easy to repeat the mistakes of last year and get everyone excited saying that we're gonna be hearing news about Robo-Kai or Marvel Tokon or updates to anything, I want to set people's expectations in the realm of reality, at least this time. Last year, Arc System Works used this event to talk about the other games that they were working on. So it would make sense that this year they would do the exact same thing. Not to mention, EVO is the weekend of this event. Literally 2 to 3 days after they do this, we're guaranteed to get some kind of fighting news from Arc System Works. Unless they decide to not show anything at EVO, which would be very out of character, honestly. Very Capcom of them. So, what should we expect? Well, we should probably expect what we got last time. Not Demon and Baby 2, but things along those lines. Arc System Works has branched out into publishing other Japanese titles, which means that we're probably going to be seeing other titles from other developers that are being published under Arc System Works. This could be basically anything that isn't AAA. I would go into this expecting a more indie type of vibe. Smaller games with smaller budgets and smaller scopes that are going to release probably within the year. That's pretty much what they showed last time, so I imagine it's what they're going to be showing this time. Unless Arc System Works is working on some kind of spin-off for Guilty Gear or Blaze Blue, I highly doubt that they're going to make any kind of appearance at the show. Maybe Under Night might get some kind of shout-out like it did last time, but I highly doubt that we're going to see any fighting game news. Still though, I'm going to try and watch it. We're going to be streaming it over on Twitch. I'm going to have to move a couple of things around, so I might end up stepping on a couple of people's toes, but hopefully I should be able to actually stream it as it happens, since it's at a relatively decent time for me. So make sure to go to the Twitch down below if you want to see that. It is a very exciting time though. It's very much the calm before the storm. Apart from Capcom doing their own thing to make sure they have no real competition when it comes to the announcements, everyone is having their eyes glued to EVO, where we're probably going to be seeing the next big announcements for fighting games. Marvel Tokon is all but guaranteed to have a trailer there, and the likelihood is we're going to see Robo-Kai, because, well, we haven't seen anything for him in a while, and ArcSys has vaguely tweeted out on their European account that they're thinking about him. How nice! I'm glad someone is, because I like to try and forget he exists. I'm just kidding. I'm excited for Robo-Kai. Kind of. I would personally like to see Arc System Works give us a kind of teaser of what to expect. It was the biggest critique we had last year, with them saying basically nothing before the event. I know that the event is supposed to be a surprise. It's supposed to have a bunch of different properties that we don't expect. I don't expect them to tell us, like, oh, we're going to be announcing this, this, and that, because then what's the point of doing the event? But if there's no fighting game news at all, it would be nice if they actually told us. In the announcement, it just says we plan to share the latest information on a variety of titles developed and published by ArcSys, which is basically what they said last year as well. Just having a bit of an announcement on one of the many Twitters that ArcSys has right now, basically saying, hey, look, might not be that much fighting game news, so please don't get your hopes up. Would put things more in line with what people expect, but that could also be my job. Please don't go into this expecting Robo-Kai. We made that mistake last year, alright? We made that mistake with Lucy, and it shot us in the foot pretty hard. So just don't do it. Just go in and expect to see Bubble Bobble again. Or fucking, I don't even know. Go in expecting very little. If you go in expecting nothing, you might be pleasantly surprised. If you go in expecting to see the new Marvel Tokon trailer, I imagine that it won't be very good. Like I said, the big announcements are probably going to be at EVO, so there's not going to be that much there. Unless you're a fan of ArcSys' other works. They've been doing a lot of weird stuff lately, and I like it when developers do weird stuff. So, I hope to see a weirdo game. I hope to see something freaky, something weird, something out there, you know? But what do you expect from the show? Let me know down in the comment section down below. And while you're down there, why don't you subscribe? Thank you all for watching. I know this was a quicker one today, but I just wanted to get it out there and make sure everyone is on the same page, because it has been an entire year and I don't want a repeat of what happened last time. Thank you all for watching. I'll see you all next time. Bye-bye!